Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Emergency officials in Windsor are preparing for more hazardous materials to cross the Ambassador Bridge beginning next week. As of Tuesday, Class 3 and 8 substances, flammable and corrosive materials, can roll across the international crossing. CTV's Ricardo Veneza joins me now with more on this tonight. Ricardo.
Yeah, Stephanie, this is all a result of the Michigan Department of Transportation's approval of a request from the bridge company to allow some hazmat products to cross as long as new safety measures were brought in to mitigate the risk of a hazmat incident. Now, that means officials on this side of the border are brushing up on response plans should the worst come to pass. In less than a week, American restrictions on hazardous materials crossing the Ambassador Bridge will be loosened, leading to increased risk of a hazmat emergency.
It really has no capacity to contain a large spill or runoff that's landing onto the road surface of the bridge itself.
More flammable and corrosive materials will be allowed to cross the bridge in combination with a series of preventative measures. But Great Lakes Institute researcher Ken Droulard isn't convinced. He says if there is a spill, the flow of the Detroit River is so fast, it would only take minutes for it to reach water intake valves.
Material dropping from this bridge will hit that in minutes, faster than any spill response could ever be activated. Yeah, you would be looking at an automatic shutdown of the drinking water system.
In a statement, the city of Windsor highlights the challenges of a potential incident and acknowledges the fire department is prepared for necessary emergency responses. While Transport Canada maintains its regulations have been satisfied, the city is pointing to Ottawa for action, saying the federal government has authority over the bridge, and while Windsor Fire will always respond to an incident to the best of its ability, it will be incumbent upon the federal government to ensure a proper response.
We have good people in place. We have a good team in place, and we will deal with the incident, any incident that arises, as necessary as we see fit.
Incoming Fire Chief Jamie Waffle says the department has been preparing for the heightened hazmat risk, recently attending a meeting with American officials, including Homeland Security. Waffle says there are tentative plans for a spring training session to keep specialized personnel ready to respond.
Those types of meetings will continue moving forward, working with all the emergency response agencies on both sides of the border to ensure that we're all on the same page, we're all communicating, we're all talking the same language.
Now, while it is up to the city to control its roads in terms of routing that hazmat material and managing the emergency response, Deputy Chief Jamie Waffle says the cost of a call to the bridge would be billed to the bridge company, and it would be the company that would be responsible for hiring the appropriate teams to then manage the cleanup. Stephanie.
Okay, Ricardo Veneza with our top story tonight. Thank you, Ricardo.